People are always trying to say, why do you want to buy a new motorcycle? You could buy a used one and save a bunch of money. And I get that. You would think that buying a motorcycle like this would put a guy like me in the poorhouse, but it's not the case. Matter of fact, I got a call from my credit card company just yesterday. They told me my balance was outstanding. Yeah, I know it's a bad joke. What do you want? It's a fucking moto vlog. Anyways, what the fuck's up? Welcome back to Ren's Rides. So I'm headed out to the local motorcycle shops. I'm trying to find a bell for my dad. I just found out that he's been riding for all these years without a fucking bell. Can you believe that shit? How the hell has he managed to keep the gremlins away all this time? So I'm gonna go ahead and buy him one so that he doesn't press his luck too far. I promise, guys, I'm not gonna buy another bike today. Oh God, I shouldn't have made that promise. I said that last time, didn't I? If I were gonna buy another bike, it wouldn't be a Harley, or even a Cruiser for that matter. I've already got all the Cruiser I need. Probably get a sport bike or something a few years down the road, or whatever. I would still ride the shit out of my Harley, absolutely. I probably wouldn't ride the sport bike nearly as much. You know, it's just different bikes for different situations. I think it would be pretty cool to see how the other half lives, you know? So I searched around and I found me a Gremlin bell. This is the one I got him. It's like some kind of gnome or something riding a bike. It's pretty cool, I think. He ought to like it. So for those of you who don't know what a Guardian bell is, this is it. It's a bell. So the story goes there's these tiny road gremlins that'll jump on your bike and cause mechanical fuckery and just give you bad luck on your ride. And if you get these gremlin bells and attach them to the bottom of your bike, they'll get captured in the bell and then dropped on the road, which is what causes potholes. Yeah, it's a silly biker superstition, but it is tradition. And one thing about gremlin bells is you can't buy your own gremlin bell. It has to be given to you as a gift, otherwise it's only half as powerful. So they make a great gift for people who ride a bike. Any biker will appreciate a gremlin bell. So if you've got a biker that you're shopping for this holiday season, get him a bell. Finally got shipping notification about my Lucky Dave seat. So it's going to be here, not in time for this episode to come out, but definitely the next one. It should be here Monday. So I'll make sure and do a little brief review of it, let you guys know what I think. And that's the last upgrade that I plan to do to this bike for a while, so I'll be able to update my picture. Maybe that cool new mural downtown will be ready for me to go take photos in front of. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Szechuan sauce. Guys, I get it, okay? I understand fandom. I'm one of those guys, man. If I get really excited about something, I'm more than willing to go stand in line for, you know, hours and wait for it and, you know, dress up or whatever, you know. I think that shit's great. But some of these people have gone absolutely mental about the McDonald's Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce debacle. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Rick and Morty. I think it's like the funniest show to come out on TV in a long time. But some of you guys just take it too far. I'm not going to get too deep into the social commentary, but I mean, come on guys. Chill out. Just calm down. You have set your expectations for a corporation way too fucking high. Yeah, McDonald's did screw the pooch. They should have had enough fucking Szechuan sauce for every neckbeard that wanted one. My point is, y'all motherfuckers are crazy. But that one guy from that video that's getting around on every fucking YouTube news channel that jumped up on the counter and was like, "I'm Pickle Rick," and then jumped down on the ground and was like, "Ree, ree." That dude, this guy.
Wait, you guys know Szechuan sauce? No. I want Szechuan sauce. Where's my Szechuan sauce? I'm Pickle Rick. What below Dum Dum? I'm Pickle Rick. Rick! 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 I'm Pickle Rick! Rick! Rick!
That dude right there is a fucking legend, a god. He's the Gandhi of our time. You, sir, are a shining star in a dark, dark world. I think McDonald's needs to find that guy and make sure he gets some Szechuan sauce. So I think I'd better talk about this because I have mentioned it a couple of times since this vlog started. The new Marilyn Manson album, Heaven Upside Down. He's an artist from my teenage years that I was way into and that I've continued to follow into my adult life. And you know, I've seen his ups and downs and all that, and I am still a fan for sure. The album dropped this week, and it is fucking fantastic. I am more than impressed. This is probably the best Marilyn Manson album that's come out in this decade, and maybe even the best Marilyn Manson album that's come out since the 90s. I'm not going to do a song-by-song breakdown. I'll leave that kind of thing to the people that do this kind of thing for a living. I've only listened to it a few times. I have to listen to an album like a lot of times before I can start picking up the subtle nuances and judging it song by song and you know, really kind of getting the feel for what everything's all about. Especially with Marilyn Manson's work, because it's often metaphorical and cryptic. But I will say that I love the record. Totally worth listening to, and you know, go check it out. If you're into Marilyn Manson, you could do a lot worse than this record. God damn, I love this fucking bike. God, it just feels fucking great 100% of the damn time. Just feels like power. Effortless. Just a fucking wonderful machine. So this weekend I got to go to Middle Fair. Now Middle Fair is this Renaissance fair, and it's out in the woods. Basically they've got a medieval town set up out in the middle of the woods. It's just kind of like a little village populated by a bunch of medieval dressed up people. It's really cool. I'd kind of almost like to go out and do that, you know, dress up and go. I did not dress up and go. I went on Oni-chan business. We went to go shoot kind of a promo spot for one of the games that we've got. It's called There Be Dragons. It's a card game. It's a pretty cool game, and it's about to release, and basically we just wanted to go out there and get footage of people pointing at the sky and saying there be dragons in a period setting, and it went really well. The people there really were receptive to us. Everybody was real accommodating, you know. They seemed glad to have us there filming and bringing a little bit of exposure to their event. I didn't get to ride out there, which was kind of a disappointment, but I had to take a bunch of video and audio equipment out there. There weren't just a whole lot of people there, and there were even less people there that were not in costume. But they did have some shops, and they had a lot of shops actually. They were selling all kinds of stuff. I think maybe the reason why there weren't as many people there is because of the time of day we went. We wanted to shoot, so we went pretty damn early, and everybody was all set up and doing their thing, but there weren't a whole lot of other people around. But it was a blast. We got a bunch of people to say there be dragons for us. So yeah, they had all kinds of cool shops. They had people that were selling like exotic teas and homemade leather goods, which I'm always into. There was this one shop that was selling all of these like dirty Kama Sutra sculptures. They had a bunch of like worry stones that were basically little carvings of people getting it on with each other. You know, Kama Sutra type artwork. It was pretty neat. Jewelry, all kinds of jewelry. Not the kind of shit you'd give to a girl on your first date, you know. You want to go out with her a little while and kind of ease into that kind of thing. You don't want her to know that you're a complete fucking freak right off the bat by giving her some Ren Fair jewelry. That's a little bit of advice for the teenagers out there. You might not want to just let your freak flag fly on the first date. Take my advice. There was this little shop where they were selling a bunch of weapons and shit. They had like tons of weapons at this event. They had a guy that was selling bats with chains and bats with razor blades and saw blades sticking out of them. It was fucking crazy. And the guy was just like, yeah, every single thing I sell here could kill a man with ease. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So that was a good time. And there was another store that was selling like clubs and shit that they made out of roots, and they had like old saw blades and shit in them too. There's a lot of fucking weapons at this thing. I was kind of surprised. They just passed some new laws in Texas that make carrying different kinds of weapons legal, and so I guess they're capitalizing on that, which you know, that's cool. That was neat. But there was this other place that sold like upcycled goods where they found like bits and bobs of old shit and made things out of it. So I bought my girlfriend some really cool looking like old hair spikes, you know, like what for putting your hair up like a geisha and shit. But anyways, but they were made out of like the roots of some old birch trees or some shit like that. They're pretty neat. I think she likes them. They came in a little leather pouch that was made from just scrap leather, salvage leather. Didn't cost anything really, but you know, got to bring home a little bit of a keepsake from Middle Fair. So that was nice, and I think she liked it too. Didn't find anything for the baby, although I could have just bought him a spiked bat, you know, for when he's older. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Are you a Marilyn Manson fan? Did you hear the new album? What'd you think? Did you stand in line to get some of that sweet, delicious Szechuan sauce? Were you successful? And if so, how is it? Are you one of those people who gets all dressed up in medieval garb and goes to the Renaissance fair? If you are, I want to hear from you, because I'm kind of thinking I might start doing that too. Those guys seem to really be enjoying themselves, and I want in on the fun. As always, I love hearing viewer feedback, so if there's anything at all you want to see me do on this show, just let me know and I might do it if it's not stupid. And hell, maybe even if it is. Don't forget to come out to King's Landing on Wednesday nights to hang out with me and the Oni-chan crew. It's a good time. We just shoot the shit and play games. And if you've got a game that you want to show off or have people play, yeah, come bring it. Holler at us. We live stream all our meetings, so I'll leave a link to the Oni-chan YouTube page in the description below. Check us out. Thanks for watching. Peace out.